Hi, Earth Angels. It's Brooke from Authentic Angelic Activation 777. And I am coming to you guys to give you a message. I have been learning so much lately, and I just wanted to come on here and share some new information that I have learned with the collective, okay? So, I want to talk about non resistant thought because it's so important, okay? Because our thoughts create our realities, right? So if we engage in non-resistant thought, okay, that gets us into the flow state. So what I want to do is ring in the angels, like always, to more of a teaching today about the non-resistant thought and momentum because I feel it's so important at this time. So let's ring in the angels, right? Angel spirits, guides of the highest white Christed light. Please come into this time and space reality as we illuminate our consciousness and align with the oneness, the all, the source. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Okay, so I just wanted to share this information with you guys. I'm learning, like I said, I'm learning so much, and things are just coming to me very quickly. So I want to talk about non-resistant thought, okay, and momentum. So power equals momentum, and momentum equals power. Okay, so the amount of force we have behind something, a thought form, is the momentum that is created within that thought form. Okay, and the power equals flow. Okay, when we're in a flow state, our thoughts, they flow and expand through magnitude and force. So the intensity and the force and the power, when a thought gains momentum, is when flow can occur. Okay, so thinking a non-resistant thought is allowing the expansion of the desire without hindering its evolution. So that was so powerful to me, you guys, because when we get into the flow state of our thinking, that is when the magic happens and the beauty comes from within. Okay, the source, we're connected to the all. Okay, so as we desire, okay, as we understand our thoughts in a flow state and an expanded state, okay, no momentum. Let's talk about what a non-momentous thought is caused. Okay, a resistant thought. Okay, no momentum is caused by resistant thinking, the wanting but push pull back and forth type of stagnant energy that confuses the universe and keeps us stuck in limbo. Therefore, the flow is disturbed. Okay, so that is when we feel that duality thinking where we have to question, we have to make a list of pros and cons. When we get into that type of thinking, okay, that's a resistant thought. It's not a flowing thought, it's not an empowering thought. Okay, it's a resistant thought. Okay, it's not flowing. Okay, we want to get to a place where we speak more about what we desire with increased momentum to allow for our desires to become manifest in our hologram. So what this means to me, okay, is we want to follow our passion. We want to follow our heart. We want to follow our authenticity and our love frequency, okay? Because belief is thought in motion, is the self concept, okay? The I am first cause. Our concept of self is our belief in who and what we are, okay? And then that momentum is used to create self actualization, which is the action, okay? Now we're taking action, and that allows for the particle rearrangement to take place. So once we put the I am love, I am authenticity, I am miracle worker, I am divine, I am flow, I am the universe, I am God, source, in body, in creation. Okay, these things allow the universe to reflect back to us in particle form, which is 3D, tangible, that reality back to us. Okay, and emotion is energy in motion. Thoughts create feelings and increases the flow and the power and the momentum. So what we think, creates emotion, okay? And then that emotion drives our actions, okay? That's our impulses, all right? This is a quote, okay? Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So think about that in terms of energy, okay? So a thought cannot be created nor destroyed. It's a frequency that we tap into. Okay, yes, I just wrote, it's a frequency we tap into. A thought is us tapping into the all, the one, the divine mind, okay? The law of one, pure consciousness, okay? And that thought sends out a wave pattern, okay? And we then calibrate that wave pattern as a frequency, okay? And that frequency that we emit, our energetic signature, we then receive that back into our hologram, you guys. That's how we create our realities, okay? So our mind is our most powerful tool, our mind and our heart, because the feeling is the secret. So we have to be in our heart space, okay? Using the power of our thoughts to create emotion, energy, and motion, to then create an action which rearranges the particles. Like when you see in water, when people sing to water, the crystals rearrange, all these geometric shapes is all a manifestation of a thought wave pattern, okay? So when we calibrated that frequency and we receive that frequency back into our experience, that's why they call it a thought pattern, okay? Or a thought wave. Okay, that's why in science they call it that, because that's an actual, when we understand the spiritual aspect of our bodies and what we are made of, and our chakras and our energy centers, then we can understand the universe more clearly, because we have the macro and the micro and the macro, okay? We are the particle, we are the fractal of the all. Being the fractal of the all means that we are a what? A part of God, and a God is part of us. We're the same as God, and God is the same as us. We're just in a different form. We're in a physical form experiencing this reality in the third density. Okay? And I'm going to be getting a lot into these kinds of teaching, you guys, because I really feel like this is the key to unlocking our highest potential, is to understand the function of our DNA, to understand the function of our thought patterns, to understand how to undo the programming that has been inserted, and to upgrade our DNA so that we are able to hold the highest frequency for our brothers and sisters. Because at this time, critical mass, we need to hit critical mass. Okay, so holding space right now for people that are in polarity, that are in duality, if we slip into polarity or duality thinking, elevating our consciousness and aligning with God's source, and knowing that we are never separate. See, when we really understand there is no separation, that all is one and one is all, the law of one, okay? When we understand that in our soul and in our deep resonance within, that is when we stop judging. That is when we stop participating in the matrix, because we know we've pulled ourselves out, okay? And I'm being really, really called to give more information about how to exit the matrix, and to disassociate from this false, all capitals person, okay? That I am not that character. I am not that fictional character. I am not that avatar. I am my highest Christos avatar incarnate at this now moment. I am first cause light. We all are. Once we understand that, and really integrate that, as I'm working on, as I'm sharing about, okay, we know that in the hospital, that's how they measure our brain. So we know that this is true. This is peer-reviewed science. All over the world now. I mean, everywhere. It's just coming. Everything spiritually that we've been talking about the ancients and the chakras, and all of the Christ consciousness and the mystics, and all of this information that has been passed down. The law of 80-20. There's always truth to some of it. But we're finding our own truth. As we enter this 5D timeline, and we understand that density is clearing. Fear, guilt, and shame are the lowest frequency thought waves. They are the densest, okay? The densest, and love and authenticity is being the highest or the lightest, and therefore most aligned with source. So source wants to experience itself in the lightest, highest frequency possible, okay? Spirit does. Our structure, which is us, there's no separation. Our structure is becoming less carbon and more crystalline. What that means is we're becoming less dense as we ascend through the densities, okay? As we are shedding layers of density, which is our shadow, which is uh our shadow, is our shadow self, but it's also fragments. It's also, we're bringing it all into one and understanding there's no separation. So how can we be fragmented if there's no separation? Okay. And disidentifying with the body as the body being the self, doesn't mean that we don't love and take care of our body. It just means that we know we are not our bodies. Okay. We know that we are a soul, and we are everlasting, and we are eternal. Okay. So we're moving through higher realms of consciousness into oneness, unity, consciousness, the law of one, critical mass. These are all the same things to express the same consciousness. It's all one. Okay. One mind. We are all going to be operating off one mind, which means, a lot of us have been going on this transformation for a while, and we've gone through the different phases of our spiritual development, and we're now at a place where we're moving into higher states of consciousness, and we are attracting that back into our hologram, which is increasing critical mass. Okay, as we hold space. Yes, this is so, I love this information, you guys. It just resonates so deeply within me. Especially, I'm getting more reconnected with Jesus and the teachings of Jesus. I'm going to be sharing a lot about. I'm going to give my full testimony about my spiritual journey, my spiritual awakening, what led me to where I'm at now in the place in my life, to share more information, because I really feel it's time. It's time, light workers, that we stand up and we shine. Okay. I love you all so, so very much. Thank you for energetically donating to this channel. If you please would subscribe and like this content and press the bell notifications to be notified when I come out with new content. I'm also on Instagram at 144-888-777. All my links are in my description and in my bio, both on IG and on YouTube. Okay. If you guys wouldn't mind sharing this with one other person or 3 other people, whatever resonates, if that is what you feel called to do, I would really appreciate this, so we can get this information through the YouTube algorithm, which is highly suppressive at this time of truth. This is the reason. Okay, so when enough momentum to build a thought form and follow that desire is created, there's so much power. The universe has to reflect that back to us. It's like the momentum, the speed in which that thought is being emitted is now, there's no stopping that. Okay. Now it's going to come back to you. That is the law of cause and effect. Okay. Our thoughts create realities. Our reality, which is not separate from the reality, the current reality. Our reality is the reality we desire and we put out. Okay. It sounds so simple, but it's like, I will never fully grasp this. I will never fully, because our soul, in our 3D mind, we cannot fully grasp this, but I cannot explain to you when I hear this information how much it resonates deep in my soul. Okay. When we allow enough moment, okay, this is the reason that I believe, that our thoughts create entire universes. We can hold the same amount of information in our DNA that is held within the entire universe. That's 13.5 billion bytes. So, guide yourself and inspire yourself to a thought pattern where your thinking and your desires are being, okay, I ran on sentence here. What did I want to say? I like to take notes. Okay. So guide and inspire yourself to a pattern of thought where you're thinking of what you desire, and you will notice how you feel and that things are always working out for you. Yes. So it's like when we have the desire and we actually follow that desire, like like I have so many desires during the day, but just desire to feel love and to express love, that's my main one. Like I just want to express love and feel love. So when I'm thinking about love, and I'm thinking about authenticity, I'm thinking about service to others, not service to self. And I follow that thought pattern. It's like more and more creative thoughts come, more and more things get drawn into my experience that are like, wow, synchronistic events, and just I will conquer fear. Yeah, I just looked at that, because what is the highest? Love, lowest fear. You guys, it's so amazing. Like when we really can just see all this in our third eye. That's another thing I was going to be talking about, is like our gifts are increasing because of our consciousness expansion, our psychic gifts, our telepathic gifts, our clairvoyance, our clairaudience, just our ability to tap into our highest self at this time is very, very attainable when we raise our consciousness into a unity conscious state. Okay, no separation. I am this. I am first cause light. Light is creation. Okay, guide and inspire yourself where you're thinking of your desires and responsibility, okay, for your own vibration, frequency, and impulses. When we are connected to source energy, we are following a stream of illumination that is the I am first cause light. Okay, that's the affirmation, and it creates an energetic signature that is expressed into the multiverse. Okay, so I want to leave it there and come back on the angel numbers, but that is a lot of information. Okay, really, what we're really getting to is thoughts, words, and actions. Okay, being the observer of our thoughts, being mindful of the words that we speak into the universe, affirming the I am first cause, and actions. What are we producing? What are we giving? What are we emitting out into the universe? Okay. Let's just think about that for a little bit. I'm going to ponder that and do some meditation. So I love you guys so much. And I'm going to come back with angel number 111, which was a part of this transmission, and angel number 333, and some channeled messages. I love you guys so much. Namaste.